How are you doing today? I didn't turn on my mic. It's nice when you have your mic on and you can actually, hear me. It's pretty awesome. I wanted to talk to you today about limiting beliefs, what a belief is, and how we can overcome limiting beliefs. And I'm doing this because I am part of a very special event that is happening this week. It's called Be Do Have, and it's with my friend and mentor, Jim Fortin. He is holding Be Do Have. It's an annual event he does. And it is amazing. You're actually going to get an opportunity to see some master coaching at work. He is somebody that I greatly admire, that I have learned a lot from over the years. And I want to share him with you. I want you to have the same experiences that I got to have, the same experiences that helped me make massive changes in my life, moving from being a 16-year career prosecutor to finding out what I could do in my life that helped me feel like I was making a bigger impact, and then deciding to make some really big shifts in my life, one of them being leaving the law completely. So I want you to know that this particular training could be the impetus for you to make massive transformation in your life. It was for me years ago. So I want to offer this to you. He usually charges $97, but I have an ambassador code that you can enter, Dina, Dina, and you can sign up at the link below. It's jimfortin.com/be do have. It's starting today. So sign up for it, join in. It is something that is life changing, and it's starting at 1 p.m. today Pacific, but he also has an option if you'd like to join in and get the replays for forever, right? So you can sign up and you can get lifetime access to the replays. But I want to make sure that you know about this because it was something that had a really big impact on me. And what I learned from him were what my limiting beliefs were and what I needed to do to start making some shifts. So today, I want to introduce you to this concept of the lens in which we view the world. So think about a pair of sunglasses. They're on your face and you're looking through them. Well, what you see is going to be colored by the color of the lens. Maybe it's clear, maybe it's rose, maybe it's blue, maybe it's gray. But everything that you see in the world is going to be influenced by the lenses that you are looking through. Those lenses that you're looking through are your beliefs. And if you have a brain, you have beliefs, my friend. So congratulations, you're human. But some of those beliefs that we have can really limit us. They can really hold us back from doing what we want, whether it is changing how we show up for ourselves in workouts, whether it's in the relationships that we have and how we communicate with them, or maybe we're people pleasing. Or it could be that we're not raising prices in our business and we feel limited. We feel like we can't do what we want to do, that we can't have what we want to have. And that is the particular lens that you might be viewing the world through. But what Jim does and what you're going to be learning in the Be Do Have training is how to spot your limiting beliefs for what they are, which are just lenses. And if you know sunglasses, you can pop out the lenses and you can put new ones in. So he's going to show you how to do that. What I want to share with you is how this shows up with lawyers all the time. In fact, I was talking to a lawyer today and he was talking about how he wanted to raise his prices. But the lens he was seeing the world through was that he just couldn't, that it was just an impossibility. Another lens, and this is something Jim's going to talk about specifically, so I want to also talk to you about this one, which is the same person wanted to focus his practice on a certain practice area, but he found himself taking on litigation that he just didn't want to take on. He didn't want litigation. He had a great practice in every other respect, but he found himself continuing to take on these litigation cases. And what we discovered is that he was looking through the lens on those matters as, oh, I need to take these litigation cases on to make my current clients happy. So he would have current clients that fit into his practice, but then they'd bring him a side litigation case. And he thought, his belief, his lens, was that I need to take on this case in order to make my client happy, not thinking about what would make himself happy, right? He was convinced that he needed to just do whatever it was that the client wanted him to do. And so what I did is I kind of like gave him the 1,000-foot view of this, and I asked him like, hey, like, you love football, your kid loves football, you always take him to the football games where you are, where you live. And then suddenly one day he comes up and he's like, hey, I love you, you're the best dad ever, can you take me to Los Angeles to watch a Lakers game? And, you know, dad's like, hey, look, neither of us even really like basketball, and we don't live anywhere near LA. So I love you, and I'm going to say no. Like, I'm going to feel bad. I'm going to be feel bad about it, but I'm still going to say no. So what we wanted to help him with is to start looking through the lens of, well, let's like pull this back into the client example. And you've got a great client, but the client is asking you to do something that you would never do. It doesn't even make sense for the business that you want to create for yourself. And you want to say no, but you are afraid you're going to feel uncomfortable. So instead, what I want you to do is I want you to embrace the discomfort. And that's what I want you to do here too. If there's an area of your life where you find yourself saying yes instead of what you really want to say is no, I want you to embrace the discomfort, because what my client was trying to do was just, hey, I need to feel really good about this before I say no. I need everything to align. I need everybody to be okay with this. But what really needed to happen was for him to just say, it's okay if I'm uncomfortable. It's okay if I'm uncomfortable saying no. And it's okay for me to say no. Yes, I might feel bad, and that's okay. I could still say no, because I'm going to feel worse if I take on this litigation case, and it's not even part of my practice. So what we did to kind of like further cement this was to really talk about, all right, what does he want his practice to look like? He's very firm in what that is. How can he serve his client at the highest level, even though he's not taking on this litigation case for them? He said, well, I'm already establishing relationships with some litigators, and then I can like get to know them. I can refer them over to these people and feel really good about it. And even though I get that dopamine hit when they tell me I'm such a great attorney and I love you and I think you're just amazing, I can still say no because I'm okay being uncomfortable. Like, I love you. It is not something I do. And I said, hey, like, he doesn't do DUIs. I said, look, if I had a DUI and I came to you and I said, hey, can you try DUI cases? What would you say? And he would say, no, I don't try DUIs. He doesn't have to explain anything to me. I say, no, but wait a minute, we're buddies. Can you take my DUI? He'd be like, no, I just don't do DUIs. I know somebody who does them. I could refer you to them. But what's happening is that in that particular scenario, the lenses he was looking through were, I need to make my client happy, and the only way I can do that is by taking cases that I don't want, versus finding a want match. And one of my other coaches, she really talks about this in terms of what you want for your practice or your life, right? This also applies to relationships. This applies to fitness. It applies to everything in your life. What you want in your life will not always match with what other people want. It's just a fact. What you want to create, other people are not always wanting to be a part of. So if you want to create a practice, let's say, that is just estate planning, and somebody brings you a divorce case, you don't have to say yes to that divorce case. You can actually just say, no, I don't do that, because this is my world. This is what I want. You want a divorce case to come to me. I don't want that, right? But I can help you. I know a great divorce attorney, but it's still a no. No matter if you butter me up or anything, it's still a no, because this is what I want. And if we have a want match, if you have an estate planning case, I would be more than happy to help you, but I don't handle divorce. So that is one of the examples I want to talk to you about in terms of how our limiting beliefs can prevent us from deciding what we want, asking for it, and sticking with it. It's our beliefs, our limiting beliefs about what is possible. And Jim is going to be talking a lot about limiting beliefs today in Be Do Have. Make sure you sign up for it in the link below and enter my ambassador code Dina so you can get in free. But it is something that is going to bring so much awareness to how you are thinking about the world and where you may be limiting yourself, where you may be limiting your possibility. And this is so important because our brains are not designed to expand our possibility. Our brains are designed to keep us safe, to keep us in the house, sheltered, kind of like secluded because it's scared. It doesn't want to die, right? But what it didn't do, the primal brain didn't evolve in the way that we needed to do the things that we want to do to expand. And so what we need to do is start learning how to manage our mind. And that starts by noticing what our limiting beliefs are. And one of the biggest problems with starting to learn what your limiting beliefs are is they feel so true. They feel like you're just saying the facts, that you're reporting the news. You would never even notice it. And so what Jim's going to be talking to you about today is how to notice your limiting beliefs. And I notice my limiting beliefs anytime I start shutting down possibility. So for instance, in the example that I gave you about raising prices, right? It's very easy to say no. My clients would never pay that much. And I just can't justify it. And, you know, if I did say no, then, or if I did raise my prices, they would say no to me. And then all my money would go away and I would be living on the street, right? It's very easy to see all of the evidence that can support that. And so you're just like, oh yeah, I'm reporting the news. Of course I can't raise my prices. So one of the ways you want to overcome a limiting belief is start, one, recognizing where you're fighting your possibility, where you are shrinking your possibility. And that takes practice. Jim is really going to be helping you like fortify this superpower during this week. And so that's something to really pay attention to when you join the program, if you join the program. But that is something that needs to be practiced. You need to see where you might be limiting yourself. But then what I do is once I notice that I'm shutting myself down from possibilities, I start saying, well, let's look at the opposite. What if the opposite were true? What if, of course, I was worth that amount of money? My services were worth that because you're priceless, right? You as a human being, you are priceless, but you are putting a price on your services. So what if you were worth $1,000 an hour? What might that look like? Or how might you already be creating $1,000 worth of value for your clients? We just want to look at possibility. So many times we shut ourselves down from possibility saying, that's like not even real. I want you to live in fantasy. I want you to live in the dream world for a little bit because our brains get habituated to being limited, staying in limited beliefs, and that's just us thinking a thought over and over again, right? We're viewing the world through a certain colored lens, and we need to start popping out the lenses and trying on new ones and just seeing what the world might look like if you really believed in the value you were providing your clients and that it was worth however much you really want to pay them. And I actually, you know, I walk my clients through this exercise. It's like, well, what do you want to pay them? And the first thing they say is, well, I don't know. But what I want you to do is I want you to be in your fantasy world for a minute. If you had a practice that you loved and it was all designed the way you wanted it to, you were creating amazing value for your clients, you were serving them at your highest level, it was just the way you wanted it to be. How much would you want to charge your clients for your services? And if you stay in that fantasy world for a moment, you will get the real number, the number that you want to charge your clients. And maybe you can charge them now, maybe you can't. But we really want to start looking at that number. And then I want you to start asking yourself, how am I already providing that amount of value for my clients right now? And what might be possible for me to create even more value for my clients? Thinking about how you service them, how you connect with them, how you create the results that they are looking for. But you've got to pop out those old lenses and put in some new ones before you can start dissolving your limiting beliefs. And Jim is going to talk to you even more about this in the Be Do Have series. So I highly encourage you to sign up in the link below or go to jimfortin.com/Be Do Have. And when you get there, you're going to hit the register now button. And then inside, you're going to enter your name, your email address, and my ambassador code, Dina, D-I-N-A. So that way you get in free. Okay. I want to make sure that you take advantage of this. Even if you can't attend today, totally fine. Join in because you will still get to take part in it because it's happening today, Monday and Friday this week, and he's going to be building on skills the whole time. You are going to get to take part in this all week long. And I want you to get that same transformation as I did. I want you to be able to pop those lenses out and start popping in new ones and start to make the changes you want in your life. This, my friend, is going to be life changing. So I hope you get to join me there. All right, my friend, I will talk to you soon. And I'm actually going to be joining you almost every day this week. I'm going to try every day so that you can gain something from, like, I'm going to kind of be expanding on points that Jim talks about this week. And I'll be taking questions. So if you have any questions, you can pop them in the comments or you can message me and I will be responding to you. So I hope you have a wonderful day and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Bye.